to channel Mass of Excel. I am Daniel. In this video, let us learn the function Vlookup in single sheet and bring the data from multiple sheet datasets or from workbooks. Vlookup function plays very significant role for Excel users every time. When we work in multiple sheet data and need to use the Vlookup function, in that case, most of the time create Vlookup in corresponding sheets separately. This is definitely a time-taking task which there is no doubt. Before we start into the topics, I would request that if you have not subscribed the channel so far, please subscribe along with your valuable comments and suggestions to include it in upcoming videos. Let us refer the worksheet where we can see the functionality of Vlookup function fetching the data from multiple sheets. I would like to add that this function can be executed with the help of support function called if-error. Here in the formula you can see the if-error. Right. First of all, let us understand the functionality of if-error. Let us open the dialog box of if-error. Now the cursor is in the employee list C sheet data. In the dialog box, you can see that there are two arguments. First one is value, that indicates a true value. In the second argument is false. False means system is not finding any value. In that case, the system should indicate any error value. So I have used here as double quote as no value, or alternately we can write double quote and oblique A. Here in the result area you can see that 27,500 as the salary of a person from lookup value employee ID 51, right? In this sheet 51, the employee code person from sheet number C, its value is matching, it finds the value, so the system indicates the find the value as 27,500 as the basic salary. In case this basic salary is not finding from any of the list, then NA you are not available will be indicated in place of salary. Likewise, from this multiple 3 sheets, value is not find the system, then at last the result value in place of basic salary will be indicated as N/A and as not applicable, because the system is unable to find any value. At last the result value will be N/A as not applicable or not available the data. So this is the concept of working if-error function in Excel. In short, in case of we are using the if-error function in multiple sheets, system will start searching sheet number 1 and sheet number 2 and 3. From out of 3 sheets, value is not finding, then at last system will show our error statement as not available data. So this is the concept to work of if-error function. So let us try to manipulate the functions with Vlookup, if error with Vlookup function. Here you can see that from the employee ID 10, the system has been fetched the value from sheet employee list A. So I have placed the data sheet wise here and also separated with different color so that you can simply identify for your best understanding. So this is only works based on the Vlookup. So one by one sheet to search, to enable the search, we have used the support function if error. So that is all the concept of working with the if error and Vlookup function together. Here the employee list B is the second sheet where its employee ID is 30. The system start the function search from here employee ID 30 and fetch the data employee ID and salary from the sheet number third of list B 9. Okay. First of all, let us understand the if error functionality. So let us go to the sheet number third as employee list C, employee's name starting with alphabetic order C, that's called for the employee list C. So let us open the dialog box if error. So here you can see there are two arguments. The first argument indicates true value, then second argument indicates false. Means true and false arguments are in the if error syntax. So what is true value? If system is able to find the lookup value, then statement will be indicated with the result value, that is here we looked up with basic salary. In case system is not look up the value, then error value will be indicated here as I used not available. Okay, so this is the concept to work with the if error. In this case we have used the if error for multiple 3-sheet data. What the system is look up the value starting from the sheet 1, alternately sheet 2 and 3. In 3 of the sheet cases value is not finding, that is value is missing among 3 sheets. This error value will be indicated in place of basic salary as here with N/A. When we are closing the dialog box, it will indicate NA. Suppose the 51 employee ID is there, so I am making the invalid employee ID as this 500, right? So it should, in the result value in place of say basic salary, should come as NA. So this is the concept works with if error. So let us try to manipulate the function one by one. So I am going to delete the function from here. place the cursor in the formula bar, then start the function if Vlookup, lookup value from employee ID of final sheet first, then data range for employee list here sheet, index number will be employee name as 2 column. Now the Vlookup function has been completed. The same syntax of Vlookup and if error will be repeated for rest of 2 sheets also. Then again repeat if error, Vlookup, lookup value from final sheet, then range for employee list sheet B, then last one is if error, Vlookup, lookup value from employee ID, then last sheet data range as second index value number. Now next step is to assign the false statement of logical value. So here if the value is missing of 3 sheets, then error value must be shown as double quote as null value. Okay, then we have to close the brackets for 3 times. 3 times means we have used the Vlookup for 3 sheets, so it is required to close the bracket for 3, otherwise the system will not work. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the moment we are closing the brackets, it is highlighted here, you can see. Now the if error and Vlookup for multiple 3 sheets has been completed. Before closing it, closing the enter, now there is one more task is required, that is data ranges need to be freezed or locked, so that when we are copy down the next column or range or rows, the lookup value reference or data range must not be moved. To freeze the data range, you simply click on the first Vlookup function and edit with the dialog box. To open it, shift F3, simply select table array of sheet 1. Before you have to freeze the lookup value freezing column, then freeze it. Now employee name has been freezed. Now we have to edit the formula for second Vlookup. You only need to click in the formula bar of function name of Vlookup only. The moment you are changing the click, automatically your dialog box will be changed. This is a very simple way. First, lookup value freeze for column. Here you can see that the $sign is before the B2. That means freezing column. Now our attempt of freezing the last Vlookup. This is here. This is freeze the column. This is table array. Here we can see that Vlookup, the lookup value reference and the data range of 3 sheets has been freezed. Now you can simply click OK. Now it is ready to copy the formula for other column also. The moment I click or enter, the formula will automatically work. Here you have to change the column reference number, index value. So then edit, department ID as third one. You can see from over here 1, 2, 3 is the department ID and salary stands for 4, 5 or 3 or 5 column indexing number need to be changed in the formula bar. So here we are I am changing the column index number for 3. And second Vlookup index number 3 and here 4. Enter. Last step for salary, its indexing number will need to be changed as 5. Here we can see that the salary is reflected here. So both multiple sheets indexing number also need to be changed for 5. There are 3 sheets data table. Now under 3 Vlookup column indexing number has been changed. Now we can copy down. In employee list C sheets, you can find that 3 IDs coming out as blank because these 3 IDs is not reflecting in any of the sheets of employee list C. Let us check physically. Employee ID starting from 90, 91, 92 is available in the sheet employee sheet C or not. Right. So the listing is up to 89 only. After that there is no listing is given here. Let us back to the final sheet. Let this false statement, instead of the double quote means the value will be as blank. So we are differentiate with the false statement with NA. Let's see how it will reflect in the final value. So here you can see that it indicates the true value statement, it is NA, because this value is not finding anywhere in 3 sheets. So obviously the system giving us NA. You can understand that this value is not available in any of the sheets. The not available sheet can be identified with a double quote. So you want to indicate the error, the missing value with other statement, then you can change it to double quote NA. Double quote because if you want to assign any text value, you have to assign with a double column with a start and closing with a double quote. Then only system allows to execute the formula completely. So I am click OK. Then let's see what is happening. It has come NA because this employee ID is not available in the sheet employee list C sheet. Similar way, you have also need to change the statements in other sheet also. So second Vlookup, so double quote need to be replaced with NA. Enter. here. Just change double quote to NA. Okay. Here we can find the missing value very simply. I suggest instead of NA you can simply assign with a double quote or null value. Otherwise you need to again eliminate the NA error. So one task we can simply eliminate. So this is the way of combining the multiple sheet VLOOKUP in a single sheet. In a standard practice, in doing the VLOOKUP, we are sheet by sheet we are looking at the value. So it is a multiple task. In this way you can simply create the VLOOKUP function in a single sheet from multiple sheets, and we can save our much time, and it is also making the more accuracy also. Hope you understand the concept of VLOOKUP from multiple sheet data. I am ending this now and shall continue with another topics. Till then, bye, and thanks for watching the video.